Web3 TV.
They came in, they stormed in with guns, with media.
Even with media?
So dirty, like slum.
Slum.
Dirty, people are eating Maggi mee, because the room is like 50 to 60 people in a room. People fighting and shouting. Every single second there's noise, But when I went out, I didn't have money. I was in debt when I left. I lost my social media. So imagine coming out in debt with zero connections with everyone that I ever knew.
How did you rebuild? What were the reasons you fought for? Hello, what's up, and welcome to the Traders Brawl podcast, where we feature entrepreneurs, money gurus, business leaders, and fitness freaks on the show. I'm Adel, your host, and today, if you're new here, welcome. This podcast is for entrepreneurs, disruptors, innovators who are rewriting the rules of wealth, business, and tech. Today's guest is a man who's seen both sides of life, from prison cells to boardrooms, from rock bottom to global fintech disruption. Jonathan Lowe is with us today. He's the founder and CEO of Biptap, the company that is behind the world's first omni-bank, a revolutionary platform uniting traditional banks, digital wallets, and crypto into a single borderless ecosystem. But before the headlines and partnerships, Jonathan's story took a sharp detour. He served time in prison, lost everything, and faced a kind of personal and financial destruction most people never come back from. Today, as founder and CEO, he scaled his company Biptap to over 250,000 users worldwide, forged partnerships with governments, and turned his pain into a purpose-driven movement for financial inclusion. This isn't just a fintech story. This is a redemption and survival meeting innovation. Jonathan, welcome to the Traders Brawl podcast.
Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. We always want specific people who are not ordinary to come on this chair, like you're sitting right now, as you may know. I really wanted to get you on the show. I've interviewed you before in events, but never on a one-to-one basis. And this gives us a chance to get to know more about you, your history, and the future of Biptap. Before we get into it, could you give a quick introduction about yourself in your own words so that the audience can hear it from you personally?
So I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I was previously in the nightlife industry, F&B, I have a model agency, and then I started this company shortly after COVID. And then we were a crypto debit card white label solution provider back in 2022. And we saw the huge gap in the market, so we evolved. We zoomed out, we evolved. We realized that crypto debit cards are just a band-aid of the solution, band-aid of the real problem. It's actually banking. So that's where we really dive right in, and we already found a gap in the market where they desperately need this solution. That's where we built it, catered to serve the unbanked, to serve the debanked industries and countries. So that's where our whole journey started.
Really cool. Really fascinating. Let's get straight into it. I wrote some questions down before we get into your Biptap initiative and your venture. Jonathan, not many fintech CEOs start their story in prison. I wanted to know if you could take us back to that chapter, how that chapter began, and what happened exactly, if you want to share.
So I was actually already doing pretty well when I was in my early 20s. And when you get early success when you're young, you get very arrogant, start to think you're better than everyone, right? I was married to an actress, I had a sports car, and I was earning multiple five figures back in the days.
Wow.
It was very big money before, like in 2010 to 2015. But unfortunately, I had a problem with my divorce and everything went down spiral. So
divorces are ugly sometimes.
Yeah, because I actually got married very young when I was 21.
21, you got married. Wow.
Because I intentionally wanted to get married young so that, I wanted it to be my anchor.
Yes.
To become a better man. Because my life was pretty fucked up back in the days. Yeah.
Like even before 21, like teenage.
Yeah, I was in the gangs when I was younger.
Oh, you were part of the gangs.
See my tattoos, I had old tattoos like 15 to 18 years ago.
Wow. What kind of gangs?
Gangs in Singapore.
Ah, I see it. You're a badass guy. I like that.
I used to be. So I wanted to change because I was really exhausted with my ex-life. I was fighting all the time. I had a lot of problems. Like, it was chaos. So I got married because I wanted to change, to become a better man and focus on my family, to start to become a mature adult instead of being like all the customers. Because I do nightlife, it's a blessing and a curse. I see men from the 18s all the way to the 60s partying every day, some with wives, some without, some chasing lust, some chasing high. You see a vicious cycle of down spiraling life. And I didn't want to be like them, So I wanted to just treat it as a business and step out and move on. But unfortunately, because I changed for that anchor, and when the marriage didn't work out because of my lifestyle, everything just went down. So you know how when you try to change for someone and you realize that it didn't work, you just think like, fuck all this shit. Like, why am I a better man for her? Let's just go all in again. So I went like really deep in everything that I was, drugs, party, gangs, like dive deep in Thailand. And yeah, I was partying every night, celebrities, influencers, and all this. And then suddenly things just got out of hand. And I got arrested. They came in, they stomped in with machine guns.
Like
pinned me
a
on the
raid?
floor. Yeah,
They raided your house? The
They
police?
stormed my door, yeah.
Wow. The police raided your house
The
with
police
guns?
raided my door, my house with guns, with media.
With what?
With media.
Oh my
They
God.
came in with cameras ready to...
Even with media?
Yeah. So it was a setup. I mean, it wasn't a setup.
Shit.
They were already targeting for a while.
But why with media?
So because I got arrested before. So I used to think that I was invincible because I had money and I had power and I had girls. And with all this combination, we are pretty much untouchable in Thailand.
Wow.
At least that's what I thought. So I got away a few times for a few different stuff. And then apparently they already targeted me and they knew that I had connections. So when it came in with media, there's nothing I could do.
Shit.
They didn't let me touch my phone. They didn't let me call anyone. And everything was recorded, so I can't do anything. So that was where my whole life just completely became a standstill.
Damn. When did this happen?
I got arrested in 2015, if I'm not wrong.
15. Wow. Wow. And this was in Thailand. They arrested you. I see. Interesting. What made you move from Singapore to Thailand? Was it the gang stuff or was it more like lifestyle? What was it?
I mean, I used to love Thai women a lot. Right? There's a lot of beautiful Thai women, and I was doing a club nightlife business in Singapore. My models were Thai and Vietnamese, so I liked Thai women in the past. So, I didn't fuck around when I was married for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So, when I got divorced, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there and do whatever I want to do.
And you're
Like a buffet.
Like fuck bitches.
Like a buffet.
Of course.
Yeah. Like for 4 years,
Oh my God, you're getting me too excited.
Yeah, so that was the reason, like, okay, for 4 years, I have been a good man. I didn't do anything. Like, okay, I'm just going to go there and do whatever I want. Party, just fuck whatever I want, and then just enjoy life, a reset, and then start afresh again. But unfortunately, the party never ended, and there was no reset.
That's how life is. But this is really interesting because you went from a really dark place to now founder and CEO of Biptap, where you help with the infrastructures of banking and digital banking. This is a really, really interesting. I want to ask, just before we move on, what was life like in prison?
Well, I think really it's like the movies. I don't know if you guys watch Prison Break or some Prayer Before Dawn. It's really like the movies. And I tell you something very funny. When I was younger, because I like to chase power and, like I always thought being in gangs is cool. And I thought, how cool would it be to be like a gang leader in prison? And then when I was in prison, I was like, oh shit, I think I manifested this shit before. Like this shit is now real.
Shit.
So when I went in, of course, it's scary because I'm a Singaporean and it's the worst prison in Bangkok. When you land there, it's so dirty and everyone is topless and tattoos all over and people smoking. For sure, you feel like, oh shit, like it's so different from, because I've been to lockup in Singapore before,
You've been to lockup?
Lockups in Singapore before.
Oh, I see.
I got into trouble quite a lot when I was younger. So the lockups in Singapore are, they have human rights, they have a bed, they have at least cleanliness, and the food is health, basic food for basic requirements, But when I went there, it's like slum. It's like dirty. People are eating Maggi mee, like cookies. People are like sparring. It's like a big area with few hundred people. So when you get dropped into that, all of a sudden it's like a huge culture shock,
Of course.
From a first world country, privilege, dropped into a third world country, prison. The worst prison in Bangkok.
Oh my God.
Fun, fear, second, because I used to be in gangs and I used to fight a lot, and suddenly, like, the thing that I used to avoid suddenly had to turn on again, like, oh shit, this is real now, real. So yeah, for sure the first few months was bad, and I started meditating, I started praying every single day, because imagine there's no darkness in prison. They don't turn off the lights.
They don't turn off the lights ever?
You sleep with lights on because they worry people try to escape, because the room is like 50 to 60 people in a room.
Oh my God.
And one toilet. So it was bad. And I prayed every day to try to calm my mind, because imagine people fighting and shouting every single second. There's noise, There's no area where you can be alone. There's people everywhere. It's overflooded.
Wow.
So that's where I actually started praying, meditating, and it's true that I managed to do something that I never could, which is to calm my mind, because I have ADHD and I had anger issues.
Interesting.
So I managed to find peace in chaos. That's where I think it's my biggest strength right now, running my company. Like in noise or in deep shit or very stressful bear market situations, I can calm myself down and, cover the noise, think with clarity, and make very, very good decisions because of what I managed to learn in prison,
Very interesting. Very inspiring, really. And you spent some time there. What was the moment where you were able to find peace in chaos there? How many months in? Do you remember roughly?
Maybe about 2 months.
2 months in. Was all it took?
About
I mean,
2
it's
months.
still a long time. If every day the lights are on, every day there's noise, every day there's...
Yeah.
Did you lose sleep?
Of course.
Would you sleep?
Of course, the first few days, because I can show you photos later. Like,
Yeah, sure.
you literally, because imagine in a big room of 50, 60 people.
You
Everyone
had beds? You had bed?
There's no bed.
There's
It's
no
just
bed.
sleeping on the floor.
On the floor.
With one blanket. Everyone is given one blanket.
Oh, wow.
You either put it on the below you or you put it for your head. And everyone is overlapping each other. So there's no space. There's no privacy, there's no space. That's non-existent in that prison. In Western world, it's like, there's space, there's privacy, like there's human rights.
Yes.
There's no human rights there.
Wow. Yeah.
If you do something wrong, the officer beats you with a baton and you can't do shit.
Did you ever get beaten?
By people, yes. By the prison warden, no.
No, really. By people in the...
I mean, I fought quite a bit when
Yeah?
I just went in, yeah.
What were the reasons you fought for?
Sometimes they try to take advantage of you because, Thais, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of prisons are the same. Whether they're blacks or Mexicans or Thais, they gang up, Imagine in a Thai prison, everyone is Thai. And I'm one of the few Asians. They try to bully, they try to take advantage, they try to steal and play gangster. Like, what are you going to do? You have 5 packets of cigarette, I take 1. What you going to do? And I can't take this kind of shit, So, yeah. Though it's because of my past that actually helped me got through it very well. Because, when they try to gang up on you and you have, you react well, they know that this guy's been through shit. And they respect you. They take a step back and they respect you. But if they try to take advantage of you and then you give in, you're done.
They're done.
Yeah, literally done. They will keep taking from you, and then more people will take advantage of you. And then once you retaliate back, it's bad. The first time you retaliate, they'll be like, oh, okay, this guy, you can't fuck with him,
Makes sense. Wow.
Yeah. After that, because too many people are like treating you like a pet, you counter back and they all gang up on you. Yeah. So it's pretty fun.
Have fun in chaos. My goodness, we could talk more about this. Wow. Okay, this is very interesting. When you got out of prison, it's so hard to ask this question, but how did you rebuild? How did you, and also before that, did you ever think of taking your life in prison?
No.
No,
Thankfully, no.
no.
But
Even all the days were noisy, lights on,
no.
packed full of room of men.
No,
Never.
I was more afraid of other people. Like, because I have really bad anger issues. Like, I fight a lot.
You fight a lot.
In the past. That was why I wanted to get married, to live that life.
Right.
And when I was in prison, in my mind, I kept replaying like a lot of bad situations that could happen if they do certain things that I cannot accept. You know, like, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Imagine someone try to touch your ass, or someone try to, play with you. Like, the dropping soap shit. Yeah, it's true.
Is that true?
I mean, they try, because everyone is showering together, naked.
Naked.
800 men, 900 men showering in a long area, early in the morning with a bucket showering. Everyone sees each other naked.
Oh.
And I was very fair when I just went in prison. You stand out. They will all try to prey on you unless they feel that you either become a shark or you get eaten. So that's where I had that very, very like survival instinct switched on. Like, I was afraid of hurting people more than taking my life, because if they touch me or do whatever shit.
Well, you could beat them up or kill them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
No, I would beat them up, and if they retaliate more and more people, I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh.
So that's where, but killing myself, no.
Never. That's very
Thankfully, yeah.
thankfully. Okay, wow. So now I want to know the transition from prison to CEO. How did this come about? How did this come to be?
Yeah, I think before we dive into that, I'd want to mention something very
Please.
which I think hopefully the audience can take some inspiration from it, because I didn't just start from zero. Because when I was in prison, we need to spend money, for sure. Spend money for power, spend money for comfort. I mean, it's real. We need to.
How do you spend money when you're in prison?
You can put in money in our bank account. There's they call it like a bank, not bank. I don't know what it's called. Like a book, where you can buy basic stuff like toothbrush, bread, or you have none. You need that, or you have none. They won't give it to you.
Wow.
Basic pants, basic clothes. They're gonna give you shit clothes. You have to buy normal clothes.
How do you buy it if you're in the prison? You have someone.
So if you have money in your book, you can order stuff. So thank God, I thought I had a lot of money outside. So when I went in, my ex-girlfriend's sister put in money for me every month. And I had a savings outside. But I didn't know I was overspending. So fast forward, the reason I say this is because I was overspending too much. And I was using my ex-girlfriend's sister's money without knowing. She was like, oh, don't worry, just spend. Because she know how difficult it is in prison. But when I went out, then I found out like, oh shit, I've been spending like 6 digits.
Oh, 6
Singapore dollars.
Oh, wow. In a prison?
Yeah, I didn't know. It's like, okay, just every month spending like 500 to 1,000 to 1,005.
Just for basic stuff?
Yeah. Oh, of course not basic, because
much
I have to climb my, you have to pay a way to comfort. And I had a lot of boys, so I had to take care of a lot of people. But
I see.
yeah. So I was overspending without knowing. I was like, do I have enough? Yeah, don't worry. So I was spending and spending and spending. When I went out, I was in debt because I found out, oh shit, I spent 6 digits plus.
Shit.
And who paid? Oh, you, oh shit. And I didn't have money, and I didn't want to take from my parents. So I was in debt when I left. And because the police took my phone and my laptop when I got arrested, and because I got arrested for five years of fighting my case and prison, so I lost my social media, my Instagram and my Facebook.
Wow.
So imagine coming out in debt with zero connections with everyone that I ever knew.
Wow.
So that was so devastating to me, and I was really depressed when I just came out. I came out reading The Secret, all the motivational books, and I had a fire, come out like, I'm changed, I'm reformed, I'm going to change the world.
Wow.
With a clear vision board. But then I realized that, shit, how am I going to contact everyone I once knew?
Wow.
I realized I lost it. I cannot get it back.
Shit.
So,
But what about your gang members from before? Were they not available?
they tried to contact me
Yeah.
when I was in prison, but because it's not in the same country, they can't find me.
Uh,
They don't know which prison I'm in. They don't know where, but some of them managed to find me, and some of them came to visit me. Some friends, some old friends. Those who know my dad, who knew my house, they went to meet my dad. So, yeah. So that gave me a lot of, like, literally rock bottom assistance, because once you hit rock bottom, you really pray a lot. That was where I really asked, like, I don't know how I'm going to get over this. Like,
bro, right now I'm feeling like goosebumps from this story, and I haven't felt this in a while. But seriously, so when you got out, you had no connections, you're in debt, you had no social media. But question about social media, did they, because social media like Instagram and Facebook belong to Facebook, right?
yeah,
So
I lost my email.
how can you lose that if
I
it's
lost
belong
email.
How is that possible?
I lost access to my email.
Access.
So I didn't have my email. My accounts were still there.
Oh,
But my email, I couldn't access my
you
email
couldn't access
to
your
log
email
in.
to log in.
So I can't forget password.
But
And my number is gone.
But the email doesn't belong to Thai government, right? The
No.
email.
So the email was not because of Thai government. It's because I didn't access for a long time. I forgot my password. My handphone number that I used for my whole life
Deactivated.
So I lost my number.
Number, email, social media.
And my social media was there, but I couldn't access it.
Because of the email.
Yeah.
If you had the email, you would be able to.
Exactly. And it's like, and the thing is, a lot of my ex-wedding photos, a lot of my old photos were stored in my laptop or my private album in my Facebook.
They never gave your laptop back.
No, they took it.
For what?
They took everything from me.
For what?
So during an arrest, all your valuables, your watches, your gold, your money, everything belongs to them.
Oh, the Thai government?
No, the Thai police.
Or the Thai police?
In their pocket.
In their pockets. Yeah. Holy shit. You're fucking with me.
No, it belongs to them.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's gang shit. That's gang member shit.
I mean, everyone who lives in Thailand knows. When they come in, whatever it's on you. Of course, the drugs they're going to report it. Some of it. But yeah, so that's pretty bad in Thailand.
So how did you go from zero connections to where you are now?
So I was very lucky because I was actually very devastated because my father was pretty well-to-do. I mean, he is still well-to-do now, thank God. But back then, I thought, okay, worst case scenario, I work for my dad.
Of course.
And my dad company back then was having some problems. So he was like, you either drive Uber or you go to school. There's no job for you. I'm like, oh shit. So I started everything from scratch again because I used to run clubs. And a few friends contacted me and I had a few options. So one is to start a new club together with them, as a shareholder in Malaysia, start everything and get my confidence and get my connections back. Thank God I started it. And, once you have a popular club, everybody starts coming and it's like, oh, okay, John is back. John is doing this club. They all came over to Malaysia to meet me, and that's where everything just exploded, And 3 months, it became the #1 club in Malaysia.
Wow, 3 months.
Yeah, in JB, Malaysia.
Wow. Which part in Malaysia? Which
Johor Bahru.
Oh, not KL.
No. So it became popular and my confidence came back and everything. I started meeting a lot of people and people come over with a lot of opportunities because they knew I went to prison because it was all over media. And they're like, hey, I know what you went through, like, come and work with me. So I was so blessed to have so many old friends coming back with opportunities.
Wow.
So that was where my whole entrepreneurial journey restarted again, from this small little club in Johor Bahru, exploded. And then it could have become so much bigger, but COVID happened. It shut us down from there.
Damn.
So to me, it's like my chapter is closed. Although my money was lost, but I had everything I needed to restart my life again,
But
my connections, my new social media, all the new connections for everything. And yeah, that's where everything just skyrocketed.
just a question before the COVID. When you started a club, did you start the club, like open the club? What was your position?
From scratch.
From scratch?
No. So a few of my old friends who run clubs before, They wanted to open a club in Johor Bahru, Malaysia.
Okay.
And they're like, you want to join us? We haven't opened yet. We got a place. We're renovating right now. I think you can help us. So I'm like, okay, what's in it for me? They gave me shares. They gave me a fucking low salary. Like basic, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, why not? You know? And yeah, things just changed. And okay, why I say this is, so this started everything. And during COVID, I started a marketing agency. And then I started dabbling in crypto and NFTs. And then Web3 marketing agency came. I started Web3 marketing agency, and I had a lot of old contacts coming, like OTC deals. And I was like, hey, why do we not have a crypto card in Singapore? And I'm like asking around, like, why don't we just do our own decentralized crypto card?
Right. To pay with, in Bitcoin or crypto, whatever.
Exactly. Because I was having difficulty trying to change. Because back then in 2021, it wasn't so easy, you know? And people were like, you're crazy, you know, nobody did it before. I'm like, no, I think like it could be possible, right? Not in Singapore, but let's do it somewhere else. And yeah, that's where I started like talking about it, manifesting, speaking to everyone, like, hey, let's do this, you know. Do you know anyone who does this in banking? Do you know any banks? Started knocking doors. And fast forward today, it's because of mentors and advisors and, you know, constant knocking on doors to get the right people in the team, to get the right banks to work with, to get the right people to help us with licenses and everything. And anything is possible.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow. And now the Biptap. Now we're getting into Biptap, which is disrupting banking. So probably you don't want to mess with banks, but you're fucking them over because you're disruptor, you're a challenger. Biptap is like the Airbnb of banks. Before you decided to start this, did you notice there was a gap in the market, like something broken about banking today, and you decide this needs fixing? Or how did it come?
So I've always been a person who didn't like the centralization, of course, right? And I realized that there's a huge imbalance in terms of wealth and unfairness in terms of how people can spend their money. Like rich people can spend their money anytime easily.
Without looking at the price.
But the normal people and the poor people are being controlled. Imagine putting 10K in the bank and you want to withdraw 5K. They're going to ask you why you want this money. What are you going to do with it? Like, what the fuck is my money?
It's my fucking money. What the fuck you want?
The reason you want to is not sufficient. Like, what the fuck? Why? Like, I'm just going to give to my mistress. Like, why? So that's where I realized, like, holy shit, I think it's not just me. I think there's millions of people suffering. And then also countries like India, I had a lot of Indian friends, Philippine friends, and I'm like, want to send them money and they have problems with their banks. I'm like, what do you mean you have a problem? Because I'm from Singapore. I thought everyone was born with a bank. I honestly thought everyone should have a bank. It's an entitlement.
Like a passport.
Yeah. And I realized many people don't have passports, right? There's a lot of people who don't even have access to banks because they don't hit the requirements. Or they don't have access. I'm like, why is this happening, you know? And they need banks. Without banks, you cannot survive in the world. So that's where I actually deep dive, like, hey, I think there's a huge gap in the market. But I started off with crypto cards. I was like, okay, look, there's a lot of people like me. I have money. I want to earn from crypto and I can't spend my crypto. That is a big problem. And I have a strong belief that there's a lot of people like me all over the world, not just Singapore, many places. So that's where I started deep diving and I found that, so all these countries, the crypto cards that were available back then were like Europe region, like Crypto.com, MRO, back then, you know? They were one of the first few only solutions. And then there were a few more smaller ones here and there, only available for them. Singapore is like, you can't do shit, you know? And yeah, so we just started creating a decentralized crypto card. We were the first in the world that actually had a solution where people can load directly from their MetaMask, Phantom, and Trust. Because all crypto cards back then were centralized, were with an exchange. What we did, because I did not like storing my money in an exchange, right? A lot of people don't even have access to exchanges. So I'm like, okay, what if I don't want to put my money in an exchange? I don't want to dox. I have a MetaMask, but I can't load that card. So I created a card that I can connect my MetaMask to load directly into my Visa debit card with an offshore bank account. So that was where we started. And then slowly we realized that the traction that we had, the volumes that we have the most are people in Europe, people from different parts of the world that actually needed us for our banking, not crypto cards. They use crypto cards and crypto not because they enjoyed crypto and the tokens and NFTs. They use it because they have problems with their fiat in euro dollars or in pounds or in francs or whatever. So they had to use crypto to do whatever business online to earn that crypto, and then they needed a bank to actually spend it and send funds to their children, send funds for, I don't know, school fees or everything, for their basic needs. So that's where we actually moved backwards. We zoomed out and we realized that the biggest problem in the world right now is banking. And banking is so flawed, it's so fragmented. It's not because the technology is bad. It's all because of monetization, monopolization. They monopoly control everything, and they make us or most of society think that having a lot of money is bad. They make everyone think that moving a lot of money is money laundering. It's like, I pay tax in my country, I have $1 million, I want to move 200,000 to Bali to do whatever fuck I want.
Yeah.
Why is that money laundering? Because I didn't pay another tax or I didn't pay a fee? Like, why is that wrong?
It's ridiculous.
Even if I want to donate, that's money laundering. I want to buy a property, I have to pay extra fees here, I have to pay fees there. To me, it doesn't make sense. So that's where I went on a personal mission. Like, I really found this very unfair, and we created like the world's first, and why we say omnibank. Digital bank, traditional bank, crypto exchange, and crypto card, everything in one.
Oh, one stop shop.
Yeah. And the thing is, all these digital banks and crypto cards, they reach a point where they are doing billions a month. They all fall under the same problem: money laundering, fraud. The regulators are going to come after them to shut them down because they are disrupting the business, And we didn't want to be like that. So that's why we went the Airbnb model. Like Booking.com, they always say a property app without property. So we are like a banking app without banks. Just imagine a platform with multiple banks from different parts of the world. And let's say you are, as a user, you use our platform, you can actually have access to open bank accounts from different parts of the world without leaving your seat, without flying to that country. You can open an offshore bank account in Laos, you can open a bank in China, you can open a bank in Switzerland, all in one app. And you can receive fiat deposits like a digital bank. You can change it into crypto. You can receive crypto, load into your card, crypto debit card, and you can spend it via Google Pay, Apple Pay, you can exchange tokens, everything in one app. And the beauty about it is because we are not the bank, we don't handle the funds, you can actually access the bank accounts of these different banks all via API in one app. So that's basically what we built, and I think it's been getting a lot of traction recently because of the very high level partnerships that we have so far. Like,
Really cool. Wow. That's you combine so many different things in one platform, allowing people to conveniently trade, move their money without questions. So they can move $250,000 and there wouldn't be any questions about it.
yeah, so how it works is, for example, let's say it depends on what this 250,000 and where this 250,000 is. Let's say it's in a bank in, I don't know, UK or bank in Australia. You want to send in USDT, you can send it via crypto, no problem.
No problem, right?
But crypto to fiat is also no problem.
Okay, good.
Because you KYC it with the bank, offshore bank and everything. So they've received the money in your crypto wallet, self-custody wallet, and you load any amount you want to spend, then it gets converted from crypto into fiat inside your offshore bank account for you to spend and withdraw cash. The other way, let's say you receive $250,000 worth of cash in Australian dollars, example. You can transfer via SWIFT. and in the near future via SIPA, IBAN. So imagine having a solution where you can deposit money into your bank, no questions asked. Of course, we need KYC. It has to be from someone that we KYC, everything okay, deposit, the money gets stored in your offshore bank. And then you can load into crypto if you want, with no problems.
You just pay a small fee to pay the fee, the gas, of course. And what was it like to get the license to operate? What license do you have? Because you're not a bank, you're a platform. What license do you need to get? E-money, e-institution?
So that's the thing. Because we are like a tech platform, integrating to fully regulated banks, we are actually using their licenses.
Oh, the bank license.
Yes, because we don't handle the funds, we don't need AML, we don't do KYC. So just imagine you wanting to set up a bank account with us. But through our APIs, you KYC, the KYC gets sent to the bank for them to approve. Once you get approved, they will issue the card to you. And when you receive the card, only then you want to spend money in the card, you load crypto. We are integrated to LPs like Binance, like OKX. So technically, your exchange in your self-custody wallet gets converted from crypto into fiat. None of the custody is with us. So that's why we don't need a license. We are like a Airbnb for banking.
I see.
We just integrate the banks, integrate the exchanges with the user. So everything you can access in one.
Makes sense. In multiple different exchanges, not just one, multiple.
Yeah.
Like OKX and MEXC and things like this.
And DEXs too. So soon there will be like a swap inside the app. You can actually deposit Solana, convert it to USDT, and then put it in your card and spend.
And can you do the same for like meme coins? Say if I want to buy some Pepe.
Yeah, so right now the problem with very high volatility tokens, we need LPs and we don't want to take the risk. No, we need only popular tokens with high
market cap.
Makes where we can actually integrate with, like, for example, Uniswap or 1inch, the DEXs.
Very interesting. That's really great. Let's move on to the more mindset leadership and the part where you redeemed yourself. I'm curious to know, this is like more personal side. Your parents, they must have been in the past hurt by your decisions, your early on decisions. But when they see that you've changed and rebuilt, what was their reaction like? Are you in touch with them?
Yeah, of course. We are much closer now.
Uh-huh.
I think honestly I was a really fucked up son in the past. Really bad.
Really?
Like I even pray very hard not to have a son in the future because I was so afraid that he becomes like me,
Wow.
They were very sad in the past. Like, my dad went to prison, to police stations many times to bail me out of trouble.
Oh, wow.
So they were very disappointed. But right now, I am very happy to say they are extremely happy because, I'm doing a good business. I'm actually helping people. I became a Christian. I started preaching in prisons to help prisoners see God. And I became a diplomat. Like, a lot of things are going in the way where they dreamt of when I was younger. As an Asian son, everyone wants
Asian
son
son is always like this, of course. You'd be a lawyer.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
So they were so sad in the past, like, this son is gone.
Oh.
So to them now, it's like, my son is back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and even during my last diplomat ceremony, my mom actually wanted to come to Rome. So she came, I brought her to Rome, and she was so happy. Taking photos of me in my diplomat suit.
Yeah.
Showing her friends, video call. So it's nice.
Wow. That's probably the biggest blessing you could get in life sometimes. Just your parents' blessing.
I never cried in my whole life.
Oh.
At least maybe, of course, when I'm young. But I've always been
since you became a gang, you never cried.
I've always been a tough guy because I was with pretty tough parents, Like, they were very tough as an Asian son. And I always held my tears. I broke down when I saw my mom cry behind the window in prison.
Oh, behind the window?
Yeah, in prison. When parents or visitors.
Oh, there's a. Yeah, I know.
And then that was where I broke down for the first time in my life.
Of course.
And yeah, it was really bad. Like,
Of course, they visited you in Bangkok
Yeah.
to see you, and of course, when you saw that, of course, you're gonna feel your heart will sink.
Yeah.
Because it's your mom.
yeah, like I never cared. I always thought like, they never loved me. That was what I thought in the past.
Oh, yeah.
That was where I became so rebellious. I thought, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'll go on my own.
Yeah, I'll be on my own. Like, what can you do? Like, I didn't listen to anyone. But when I saw my mom cry so bad, and yeah, it broke me down. And yeah, then I knew like, I think I really have to finally make them proud. Like, I think I've done enough.
Very interesting. Are you the only child, by the way, or
I have siblings.
Siblings
Younger
as
brother,
well?
younger sister.
Another sister? Okay. And your relationship with them is also not so close, or?
It used to be not close at all because I was hardly at home.
Oh, yeah.
And I was out partying and drinking all day, and I was always in Thailand in the past, and I got married very young. So, like, it just drifted away further and further and further. Like, there was nothing. And because I matured really fast, and when I started diving into entrepreneurship in nightlife and everything, I made a lot of money. And I was pretty fucked up. Like, I forgot about taking care of them. I was like, I have money. I started enjoying myself. And yeah, it just drifted very far. And I was someone who never spoke much. Like, I'm always a very cool guy. I don't speak much to my family, to my friends. I'm always very quiet. So yeah, I was not close at all in the past.
Wow.
Like, I never even speak. They don't even know what I do in the past.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting story. Wow. We're nearing the end, but I have a few more questions because this is really intriguing, and I can't stop this podcast even if I wanted to. My heart is very, very, I'm very attentive. If you had to choose between building building a $1 billion business, which I'm sure you want to, and you're probably on your way, versus helping 1 billion lives spiritually, like you said, connect with God, which one would you choose? $1 billion business or helping 1 billion lives?
Why not do both?
If you had to choose one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing actually. Because that's the thing that I think a lot of people get it wrong. You don't have to choose, because just imagine I'm able to help 1 billion lives, right? Doesn't that make me a billionaire if everyone gives me $1?
Yeah.
So that's, we actually get rich in the circumstance of what we do, of how many lives we helped. Same like service business or same like product business. The more lives we help, the more people problems that we solve, the more money we make. So I am actually in a path. I just started my online coaching to share about my story, because my story I just started sharing in the last 6 months.
Wow.
And it has been the biggest blessing ever in my life. I started having a lot of podcasts, interviews, inviting me to share about this, and invited to prisons, invited to schools to share about what I learned from my life experiences, And it would never have happened if I didn't go to prison.
Wow.
So yes, to answer your question, 1 billion lives.
Very nice.
For sure.
Very nice. Very nice. We'll leave it there because otherwise I'm going to break down. One final thing, maybe one final message. Let's say if you were to have a son, what would be your message to your son early on? Just let's say he's about to go to school and he's still starting his life. After all this, what would be your number one non-negotiable thing to give to your son?
I think I would just tell him, just do whatever you want, but just speak to me, I think communication is very important in terms of bringing up a child, because it is because of lack of communication and misunderstanding that creates a lot of trauma. So I think raising my son, I would just let him do whatever he wants to do, because no matter what happens, if he has a good leader or a good dad to guide him, I think everything is okay.
But let's say if he wanted to join a gang or be a porn star, how would you react?
Porn star, of course not. If he wants to join a gang, okay. I mean,
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll tell him not to. That's why I keep all my tattoos and everything in the past, because then my son will understand your dad has been in that, everything that you imagine, all the vice that you imagine, I've been there. And I'll talk to him why, but I won't stop him.
What about nightlife? He wants to be in
Nightlife, I won't stop him because,
Right.
to be honest, every single thing that happened to me in my whole life, I wouldn't trade for anything else in the world.
Because it's learned lessons.
It was all those experiences that actually gave me everything I needed to go through all the obstacles that I went through in every part of my life. Whether it was during my arrest, whether it's during my sentencing, whether my prison sentence, whether it's going through hardship during the bear market, carrying my whole company on my shoulders, losing multiple six figures because of the Solana crash from 250 all the way to $8. If I didn't go through all those hardships in my life, I would probably, I don't know, give up. A lot of people take their lives. I don't know. A lot of things could have not gone the way it went if I didn't go through those stuff. So to tell my son, just go through everything you need to, but no matter what it is, you have your father to help you, then I got you. But if he wants to be a gay, what was that? The pawn? I'll beat the shit out of him.
Why?
I mean, that's the most degrading job ever, to be a porn star, no?
A male porn star.
Yeah.
Oh, even a male porn star now.
I don't think it's good, yeah.
Because we live in the era of OnlyFans, and whether you're a man or woman, women are dominating the space, as you can probably tell on Instagram, everywhere, and it's like a source of income. Apparently, it's a good source of income. Online job, you can live anywhere, digital nomad life, and they can make good money, six figures. What's your opinion?
Well, I think the whole Western world is fucked up now. To be honest, I mean, they all make their own choices.
Yeah.
And they're okay with it. So I have no comments because I believe porn is one of the pillars in society that is very needed because it still keeps people sane in a way. There are certain people, if they don't have porn or they don't have prostitutes, they will go rape people. Like, they cannot control.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. Like, they are literally serving and helping society.
I can't believe this. Yeah. No one has said it in the words you have described because it's no one says this stuff, but it's actually a fact.
It is.
It keeps sanity.
It is. Prostitution is legal in Singapore. That's why I see things differently. There's prostitutes brothels where the government taxes prostitutes. They pay the government to be able to work as a sex worker in Singapore. So this can be on camera because it's legal. It is a job in Singapore. And why? Because the government understands if there is no legal, people are going to do it anyway. One, they cannot tax it. Two, disease is going to be uncontrollable because at least they monitor the health. Three, rape and sex crime is going to be crazy, right? Human trafficking and everything. Why? Because they don't regulate it. So I honestly feel these are things that is necessary in all pillars in every country.
Okay.
Gambling, because people are going to do it anyway.
Right. But can the same argument be applied for drugs? If people are going to do it anyway?
Unfortunately, drugs is too strong of a chemical to do any. Honestly, because I've been in that shoes. Like heroin, meth are the most dangerous drugs ever. Don't ever touch it because once you do it, even if you say no, your brain shuts down. For meth, your brain shuts down if you stop. For heroin, your body shuts down. You start shitting, you start vomiting, you cannot control it at all. You can't, so there's no turning back from that. You can't control it. That's the thing. But prostitution, you can control. You can be full enough. Drugs is again and again every single day. And it destroys lives. So really, if you ask me, no.
Okay. Very well said. I think that's a very good answer, and we'll leave it there. I think great inspiration. I learned a lot in this one setting. I really would love to have you share your story on another time, maybe at Money Monday, on a more face-to-face. I'm sure people would gather single file wanting to know more about you. But Jonathan, for those who are watching, if they want to get in touch with you, what's the best way they can get in touch with you?
Well, they can follow my Instagram or my LinkedIn for business stuff. My LinkedIn is more professional. my Instagram, I just started my content creator journey.
Yeah, I've been seeing.
Yeah, so because my team has been saying, the founder-led marketing is now trending. So people want to know like what is my life like? Who do I meet? Like how do I get these deals with the president? So I'm still mind blown with the journey that I have been
Yes.
the past few months. Like it's all glory from God. Honestly, I couldn't do it without all this. It's not me, because how would I ever imagine being able to sit on the same table having dinner with a president, signing an agreement with a country? Just 4 years ago, I was in prison, or 5 years ago, like it's crazy.
It's crazy.
So yeah, for people who want to follow my journey, Instagram is good. Professional, you can follow my LinkedIn and stuff like that.
Fantastic. We will leave all the links in the description so people can find out more how to get in touch with you and see if they can partner up with you and collaborate with you.
Yeah.
Jonathan, thank you so much for this podcast. I learned a lot today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Keep going. Keep shining.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is a wrap. I am so mind blown after this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Like I said, I will leave all the links in the description so you can check out Jonathan's profile. Please do follow him. Do check out his journey. He has a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share. This is just scratching the surface. There's so much more. Please follow his journey. Thank you again for watching. This has been a wonderful podcast on the Traders Brawl podcast, and I will see you next time. Cheers!
Web3 TV.